What's up, my beautiful people? This is Deborah Wilson, also known as Seer Junda from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and you are listening to the SSW Network.
Star Wars action figures collection, each sold separately.
He found out that Vader was his father, too.
Millennium Falcon that you put together, batteries not included.
We pushed you over the edge, Chris.
Come to the dark side. Come to the dark side. We have alcohol.
We're in trouble. Let's get out of here.
I'm an asshole, just so everybody knows.
Wanna buy a droid? Show me what you got.
It's R5D4 and the Power Droid.
So,
Action figures each sold separately.
And may the Force be with you always.
Well, thank you, Deborah Wilson, and thank you all for hanging out. This is Pete Flitzer. I'm with Chris Ryans, Nick Milkey, and we are doing Force Connect like we do every Friday night, live, our own personal fan event every week, celebrating Star Wars, celebrating what we grew up with, celebrating being a fan of the greatest franchise that ever was. How are we all doing? Christopher, I see you having a little giggle. Have you hit the sauce to start? Is that where we're going on?
All I had was a sip.
Okay. All right.
Man, oh man. Good way to start this show.
How are you doing, my friend? How's it been?
I'm doing fantastic. I had myself a terrible sandwich yesterday off of faraway lands, and I made good on it today. I had to get me a nice good Philly cheesesteak from Philly.
You can't even. I think the best
That
line
Boston
was,
cheesesteak wasn't any good, was it?
No, it was not.
It was, and Nick
definitely was Boston.
It was. Nicholas, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing fantastic. I am here hanging out with two of my favorite people on Earth. And prior to this, I spent about 2 hours wrapping 500 lobsters.
What?
A local community group that I work with had a fundraiser, and it was a lobster dinner. And they came in fresh from Maine on a truck yesterday. They were alive in boxes, and we chucked them in a pot of water, wrapped them up, and sold them for charity.
And when they were done, they were dead.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty sure I smell like the inside of a Captain D's right now.
You know, it's times like this that I'm really happy that we are in 3 separate locations across America. And
You got that ode to Akbar.
Well, a little bit of Atlantic deliciousness.
Delicious. Well, we are every Friday night we get together, we talk about Star Wars and sometimes it's news in Star Wars, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's just a fun time. Tonight we have something special on top that Nick's going to tell us about in just a minute, but before we get started, I want to make sure to remind you all about all the housekeeping stuff we got to tell you. We are part of the SSW Network. You can get all the information about all of our shows, like Around the Galaxy, Podcast of the Whills, this show, Force Connect, of course, at the SSWnetwork.com. You can also find us on all the social medias, the Blue Sky, the Instagram, the TikTok, the whatevers, at the SSW Network, our Facebook page. And if you're watching us on Facebook, give us a little share while you're over there. That's where Gen Xers hang out. We're mostly on Facebook. And of course, if you like cheesy shirts that border on copyright infringement but have a good, funny vibe to them, head over to sswnetworkshop.com and use the code CONNECT15 for a discount of 15%. It kind of works out well. It's kind of easy to remember from that perspective. Also, if you're listening to this version of the show on Monday when it drops in the audio stream, it is it's been in the it's the Around the Galaxy stream. But we have been building up the Force Connect stream on its own. So head on over to that. Wherever you're listening to podcasts, look for Force Connect and subscribe to us over there. That would be fantastic if you did that, because eventually the show's not going to be in the Around the Galaxy stream. We're trying to separate those two shows. Nick, am I forgetting something? Anything? Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so. We can talk later on about some of the stuff we've got coming up. We've got an interview in the can, some other things on deck,
Yes.
some fun
Yes,
stuff,
yes, yes.
ahead of us. But I think at this point, it is Friday night. We like to have a drink. We like to, throw a toast out to somewhere. And I believe, Mr. Fletcher, you're going to handle our toast.
Yeah, I'm gonna handle the toast this week. And it's an interesting thing, and sad a little bit. And we just want to call your attention to it. For those of you who know me, I literally started my Star Wars career, my shilling, if you will, doing work with a friend of ours, Steve Sansweet, at when he was working with it's not that sad, don't panic yet. But I was working with Steve, and Steve, of course, runs Rancho Obi-Wan. Steve Sansweet started the for those who don't know what Rancho Obi-Wan is, it's the most amazing, the most comprehensive, the Guinness Book of World Records holding Star Wars collection. And every year they do a gala event to raise money for Rancho Obi-Wan, because it's a charity, and it's a museum. I mean, it's literally a museum. I was very fortunate to go there very, very early on, and it's when it was first being put together, Steve hosted me there, which was fantastic. But it's a big thing, but it requires money to keep it going, keep it alive. And they do a gala every year. And unfortunately, a member of the staff's family at Rancho Obi-Wan has fallen ill, and so they're not going to be able to do their gala this year at this time. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to that. If you're interested in donating, to head on over to ranchoobiwan.org, I believe, or just look up Rancho Obi-Wan, and you can find their site, and you'll be able to donate through there if you so wish. But at the very least, I just want to raise my glass this week to not only my friend Steve Sansweet, but the entire Rancho Obi-Wan family, and just hope for the best for the people who are involved there and their families, and just thankful that Rancho Obi-Wan exists. So happy Star Wars.
Cheers. And you kind of said it a little bit, but just in the off chance that somebody does not know completely what Rancho Obi-Wan is specifically, if I'm not mistaken, it is the largest private Star Wars collection in the world, probably.
Yep.
One of.
Out other than Chris's, other than
does he have comic books?
Obi-Wan East, exactly. But it's honestly, outside of the Lucasfilm archives, it's probably the single most complete. There's toys, there's every weird Star Wars thing you can think of, and I have not had the opportunity to go there, but I did get the opportunity to tour at Celebration Anaheim when we were there. They had the Boba Fett exhibit that was set up, and thanks to some good friends of the show, Frank and Amy, the Framies, they're members of Rancho Obi-Wan, and they had a pass that allowed me to go and check that out, and it's absolutely unbelievable. Like every little thing you can think of. If you follow them on social media, they put up posts all the time of just rooms and rooms and rooms of, again, every Star Wars collectible that's about ever existed.
And I think what's cool about that too is, like, everybody who's a Star Wars fan, you may not be a specific collector. Like, I mean, obviously I have a helmet issue, and those of you who know me also know that I have a Funko Pop addiction, but like everybody's got their collectible thing, something they do. And that's what's so great about Rancho Obi-Wan is it goes way back to the original collectibles, and Steve doesn't just even collect just things that are produced. I mean, he's got personalized things. He's got he's got a little bit of everything there. So Rancho Obi-Wan, even if you don't donate, just get to know what it is and know what it's all about. Yes, Benny Relp is saying that he thinks that Rancho Obi-Wan sells great T-shirts to help support it. So yes, I think he's right. So check that out and see if you. What better way? Give a couple bucks, get a T-shirt. That's absolutely that's good for everybody. But all right. Well, so Nick, give us a little preview of what we're going to do tonight before we take our first break and dig into it. I'm really I'm cautiously apprehensive. I'm not sure where we're going with this today.
There was no prep done for this on your behalf. I prepared a little bit, of course.
Which I have to say, after this week, I am so glad that I didn't have to prep at all for the show.
Show up, get drunk, and answer funny questions. What we decided to do, and I don't know how long ago that I had this idea. It was a week, months and months and months back. I think you were out of town. There was something going on. I was coming up with an idea of what we were going to do for a show. And of course, on Around the Galaxy, a lot of times we do the 10 questions segment that we'll do with a guest. And you've been doing that since basically, I think since you started Around the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And it's a great segment, and it always follows kind of this standard, set of favorite Star Wars TV, movie show, book, whatever. So I decided, because I'm also a sports guy and I always loved, on Saturday morning or Friday night or whenever they would do it, ESPN, which did a daily top 10 of the top 10 highlights in sports, they always at one time a week did the not top 10. And it was the bloopers and the people falling down and the funny things that happened. So I decided to kind of, ape the 10 questions list. And so we're doing tonight the Force Connect not top 10. And what I've done is I've just come up with some weird, random, little bit outside the box, little bit weird Star Wars questions for us to ask and answer and laugh about and just kind of get silly with. And I did not give the two of you the questions ahead of time.
No, you did not.
So you will be coming up, with your answers on the spot. And I predict that the farther we get into the show and the farther we get into our cups, as we like to say here in the South, the better our answers are going to be. So
is this all Star Wars related, or
they are Star Wars?
Because
these are
this
Star
is going to
Wars
bring out the
adjacent.
truth. I'm just okay.
They are Star Wars connected tangentially in one way or another. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a break in just a minute. And when we come back from the break in the first segment, I'm going to hit the two of you with some of these questions. Then we'll get our next break and we're going to get our callers in. We're going to throw the link in the chat and we'll go through some of the other questions that we've got on the list with the two of you and with the callers. And like I said, it's just a fun way for us to do something that allows us to maintain, the positions that we have taken since the beginning of the strikes have started, but still hang out on a Friday night, have some fun, and get silly about Star Wars, which we're exceptionally good at.
Well, excellent. Well, we are going to get silly in just a minute. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we are going to kick off the very first Force Connect, not top 10.
Easy, Tauntaun. What is it? Wampa! Wampa!
New Tauntaun, Wampa, and action figures, each sold separately.
Han Solo! Help! Oh, no! It's got Luke! Wampa! Watch it, Tauntaun! Gotcha!
New Tauntaun comes with an open belly rescue feature.
You'll be okay, Luke, as soon as I chase away that thing. Wampa! Wampa!
New Tauntaun and Hoth Wampa and other action figures, each sold separately from Kenner's Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection.
From Kenner's Star Wars collection, each sold separately. Large-size Darth Vader with his lightsaber. Princess Leia, champion of the rebel cause. With her defender, Luke Skywalker. You can swing him into action on his grappling hook. And load Chewbacca's laser crossbow. Star Wars large-size action figures. Up to 15 inches tall and ready for action. Large-size Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, each sold separately from Kenner.
How did that kid mess up the entire story of Empire Strikes Back?
Well,
the Wampa doesn't yell its own name. It's not a Pokemon.
Wampa! Wampa! Also, I think I noticed in the second commercial with the large size action figures, when they talk about Luke Skywalker with his grappling hook, and maybe it's just the old quality of the video, it looks like he's already missing a hand in that video. Like it looks like there's just an empty sleeve there. But yes, I do have my large sized C-3PO action figure,
so
vintage
awesome.
and everything.
I want one of those.
19.
I had a 78, probably 79
something. Oh, yep, 78, right there on the back.
Yeah, I had Vader and I had Chewie. I had those two, and I had them fight all the time, which I'm so glad they did in the comics. They had Vader and Chewie fight once, and I was like,
nice.
It finally happened.
There it is.
Thank you, Charles Soule.
I had the Stormtrooper, and I always just remembered that the helmet didn't move off his head. It was just like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but we are back, and we are going to be hanging out tonight talking about Star Wars, but through a different lens. We're going to be doing our Star Wars not top 10, led by our good friend Nick Milkey, who's going to throw us these. Again, it's important to note, Chris and I haven't heard these questions. We have no idea what's coming. So, Nick, would you like us to get going? Let's get going.
Let's do it. Well,
I just want to say, I want to see it in the chat as well. I want to see people answer in the chat as well, and be ready because we're going to throw that link in there, and we're going to have you answer these wackadoo questions as well.
And if you have a really good answer to a question we do before you come on, we'll let you do it. But we're planning to throw new questions at you as we bring you in that the caller and Chris and Pete can also answer together.
Now,
So,
are there points? Is this a competition?
That's a good one. Yeah, you know what? Maybe can we have the audience like judge whose question's better?
That's right. Whose answers are better? Maybe that's what we'll do. Winners and losers have to drink for every question.
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly. I know how this works.
I've been on this show.
We're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with an easy one, and this isn't too crazy, too outside the lane. We're just warming ourselves up a little bit. And we've all played this particular hypothetical game before, but if you could put any actor or actress of your choosing into the Star Wars galaxy, who would it be, and what would you have them doing?
I can answer that one immediately because I've been waiting to see this happen someday. One day, I want to see this happen. I want Gary Oldman to be in a Star Wars movie. And I want him to be a bad guy. I don't, I liked him in the Harry Potter movies when I, watched them, which wasn't too terribly often. I thought he was fantastic in The Professional. He was a great Commissioner Gordon for sure, but in The Professional, I thought he was great. And I thought, I always say Gary Oldman is the best part of every movie he's in, and even The Fifth Element, which is full of a lot of really unique performances. That weird sort of he's almost like a senator from South Carolina. The way he's great in that. So put Gary Oldman in a Star Wars hashtag. I like it. Put Gary Oldman in a Star Wars. Let's do this.
Well, and before we get Chris's answer, I have to shout out TW on this because this may be the design of the week.
Okay.
Spotchaholics Anonymous. Yep. You're gonna have to get on that. Right I'm gonna need a sticker with that one.
I'm literally taking a note on that one right now.
And we've got some answers in the chat rolling in. So, Chris, do you have yours? What do you got for us?
I most certainly do have mine. I'm going to say it right now. I want Denzel Washington in Star Wars.
Okay, fair.
And I'd like for him to play maybe a Force user, not a Jedi, not a Sith, not nothing, just middle of the road, kind of character that maybe like post, and I'm saying post Rise of Skywalker, that like whoever the main heroes are at that point, meet at some point. He's like that one little bump along the road. They meet this person, and it kind of helps to set their lives in a.
What if he's and I know you have the right to rip me apart for this, but what if he's like Finn's father that they took him from?
Yeah, let's go with that because
I know. I didn't want to say.
Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it.
I didn't want to say it because of
There's
the
only
implication.
12 of us, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just beating the YouTube grifters to it.
Yeah.
I know.
That could work as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, but no, I love that. I would love to see him as a Force user. I think that would be awesome.
Well, we definitely have some contributions in the chat. Let me throw these your way and see what you guys think. Eric has Jeff Goldblum as Lando's cape designer. He automatically has a vibe of what was his character's name in Ragnarok, like that.
Yeah,
that kind of crazy guy.
Capes find a way.
JD says Keanu Reeves as Revan, however you say that.
That's Reva and Revan.
I don't know about that. So Keanu, Jeff Quaglio, what is wrong with you? Chris Pratt is Han Solo. Go away. Go away.
Typecast.
I like this one. TW says Kate Blanchett as a powerful Jedi Master. That would be good.
She was literally Governor Price.
That's true.
She'd be great as Governor Price.
Yep. Lothal.
Eric Brown, Anthony Starr as literally any role.
Wait, now who's Anthony Starr? Why don't I know who that is? Because I'm old.
Homelander.
Homelander. Okay. Yes,
that would work.
I can see him as like an Imperial general or something. Like
Eric's taking an easy swing here with Ice Cube as Roken's dad.
Yeah, let's
the collector.
Stick with Jeff Goldblum.
There you go. The boys. That's right. Homelander.
Yeah.
I have, and I don't have an answer for every single one of these questions, but like you, Pete, I have thought about this question for a long time and wondered, who I would cast, who I put in there. I would like to see Ian McShane, and Ian McShane played Swearingen in Deadwood. He was in an episode of Game of Thrones. He was in a TV show that a lot of people didn't watch, but I did back in the day on NBC called Kings, and it's about a modern day
Nick.
Whatever.
Nick, Kings is one of the best shows.
It's unbelievably good.
That was HBO. That was HBO quality show. Yeah, no. It was HBO quality show.
Correct.
On NBC, and that's unfortunate. I didn't get a second season.
I would
bring him to Mos Espa, and then that
I
way
would
they
love
can
to see
make more
Ian McShane, and it's easy to say that he could play a bad guy because he's done that so well so many times. But I kind of want to see him at. Oh yeah, he's the manager in John Wick. That's right. At the Hotel Continental, he's that guy. But anyhow,
I haven't seen those movies.
I think I would love to see him in some sort of New Republic rebellion, fit him into some kind of role like that. Maybe a grizzled war guy, somebody you have. Honestly, if you read the in the original Heir to the Empire trilogy, maybe he could be Garm Bel Iblis, who was the military guy that had beef with Mon Mothma that Han brought back in, and he was Corellian, and he was that military leader that had the fleet. I forget what the fleet was called, the dreadnoughts that they went and found, and all that stuff. So. Ian McShane, that's my answer. I would love to have him in a Star Wars.
What's
Tessa Thompson?
Yeah, Tessa Thompson. She would be great. I like Angry Tasty Cakes. He's got Jodie Whittaker as
Jodie Whittaker.
Chris.
There you go. Yeah, at some point when the floodgates for all the High Republic stuff burst open, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of opportunities to plug some folks into that.
Will.
Eric said the girl from Prey, which I never watched, would be great as a Mandalorian Lord.
Absolutely.
I heard that show
100%.
Yeah. Or put her in Conja Club. Put her in Conja.
Yeah.
Tell that to Conja Club.
Conja Club, the series. There we go.
Yes.
Tell me where we're wrong.
Yes.
So, okay. I feel like that was a good start.
That was a great start, dude. I feel
like we got off to a good little start. All right. So we're going to go to number 2.
All right.
We're going to keep this moving. We're going to flex our music muscles just a little bit. I know, Pete, you are a musician. Chris, I know you have wonderful taste in music because you've been listening to the same TV theme song for like 72 hours now. But the next question is, which real-life band or musician do you think would fit most seamlessly into the Star Wars galaxy? And it doesn't necessarily have to be alive because I know we have a wide, range of musical icons and people like that. So who is somebody in our real world music or band would you plug into a Star Wars and really wouldn't have to hesitate very much?
Well, so like in Jedi Fallen Order, the music that Cal is listening to at the very beginning is a band called The Who, not The Who, WHO, but the HU.
Yeah.
So
yes,
they already kind of fit in. So, but
we've also had
I feel like
Flea
that's a
from Red Hot
cheating
Chili
answer.
Peppers in it. So
That's true. So I feel like that's.
But he
sort of
wasn't
a cheating
representing Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was representing Flea, who was also in, Back to the Future 2. And
so are we talking in universe music? Like, I can't even say that yet. Or like soundtrack.
It could be anything. It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be soundtrack. Like you could say, because Flea was a bounty hunter or whatever he was. You could say, I want Dave Grohl to be in Star Wars as, a mechanic working for Pelimoto or something like that. Any musician that you think would fit into the Star Wars universe. What you got?
Yeah. There's an artist who makes like this, it's almost like stoner music. Like, it's got that psychedelic feel to it, whatnot. It's a guy named Vinyl Williams. Anyone out there, Spotify this man right now and check his stuff out.
Another note I have to take tonight.
Yep, writing it down.
And that would be like that would definitely be like some like where where Andrew was in that first scene.
Yeah, that was cool music.
In the show, just something like some seedy but classy place.
All right.
Like that'd be something like that would be awesome.
Okay, I'll throw mine in now then.
Okay.
Because I already can't understand 80% of what they're saying, they could just switch it up a little bit and it would work really well. I think would be Rammstein, because it would be like a cool kind of like, I can hear it at some I don't even know where I could hear it in Star Wars, but it's got like
I
it's
got
got
a place where I
Electra,
can go.
it's got electric, it's got electronic rather, it's got the really heavy stuff, and that weird voice from their singer is really, I think that would fit nicely.
There's a type of music, and I forgot what it was called. It's a High Republic thing. That like the villains of the story, the Nihil, what like one of their guys was listening to, and it was pretty much rock. It was like just some synth punk, like it had some kind of name, something punk was the name of the music, and Rammstein would have been perfect. Even though I know Rammstein isn't punk,
right?
But this would have been perfect for that.
Cool.
For sure. Well, I feel like a low-hanging fruit, easy answer could have been
Britney Spears.
I just blanked on their name. Yeah, Britney Spears. The two guys with the helmets, the DJ.
Oh,
yeah, I thought about that.
Like that would have been an easy, Thundercat. Yeah, Eric's right. Thundercat was awesome in Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, he was.
Of course, Jeff is just pandering to me at this point because he said Dave Grohl. I'm a tremendous Foo Fighters fan. I love.
Oh,
Dave
that
Grohl.
makes perfect sense.
But like Dave Grohl, yeah, get him dirtied up. He could have been working in the same town that Andor worked in at the Giant Bell factory or something like that.
Do we know who Hugh Dillon is? Who's Hugh Dillon from Headstones? I gotta look that one up.
I don't know. I thought this was funny. Angry said Slipknot as Max Rebo's musical rivals, Grease style.
Yes.
Masks and all.
Masks and all.
Eric Brown proposes Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson needs to be hanging out with Salacious Crumb. Like, there's no question. Like, those two are smoking it up together in the back of Jabba's palace. Maybe Willie works in the kitchen in Jabba's palace with the little rabbit droid, and Salacious.
I could see that
just to hang out on a break.
Like that so much.
And then they're like, "You play guitar?" Well, I play a little, and then he comes out and, yep, there it is.
Yep. JD says Snoop Dogg literally anywhere.
Well, he did that Mandalorian video, right? Didn't he do
He did.
He was a Mando in one of his videos.
Guar.
Guar. Yeah.
Guar.
There you go.
Guar will work.
So T.W. McKay knows that Benny knows Saga. I knew the name of the singer when he put it up there. That's awesome. Hey, by the way, before I forget, because you guys are all having so much fun, because we've got a bunch of people in there. Bring more people in. Go to your social medias when we go to the next break. We didn't get to give any away last week because y'all forgot to put a hashtag.
Shillsbury.
But we got our Shillsbury Doughboy here. It's not coming up very well, but I got a handful of stickers here, and I want to send them out. I got a pile of 50 stickers. If I could send out all 50, that would make me very happy. Go to your social media. Just put a link to tonight's show and the hashtag Force Connect. It's right there on the screen, right on the bottom. Hashtag Force Connect. And I'll contact you, I promise, and I'll get your address, and I'll send you some stickers.
And I'm actually now. Jeff says he did it last week.
Jeff,
don't judge Brett Gann.
I don't even have anything to say. All right. Well, anyway,
Jeff,
Jeff,
tell Pete
go,
when he sends yours, he can send me one too.
Jeff, go do it again, and I'll send you two. How's that? send me a screenshot.
Prove it, Jeff.
Yeah, I need proof of purchase.
I'm trying to hustle it. Yeah, that's right. This is like old school. You got to send the proof of purchases to get the mail away figure.
It is. Yeah. So why don't we go to our next break? Y'all, while we're on break, you have 60 seconds. Just go hashtag the hell out of this on all your social media. Get more people in here, and then we're going to open the line so that you can answer questions with us. We'll bring one of you in at a time per question, and we'll have us a little bit of fun with this because this has been a blast so far, and it's only going to get crazier. So
that's right. Keep drinking; it'll get funnier.
It's like my band.
I'm doing my part.
Like my band, I always say we sound better the more that you drink. So anyway, we will be back in just a minute with more of these not top 10 questions.
It's the new Star Wars lightsaber from Kenner. Inflation required, batteries not included. You can pretend you have powers when you switch on Kenner's Star Wars lightsaber.
Ready to feel the Force? Yeah! Switch on your Star Wars lightsabers, close your eyes, and go! I got it! Me too! Zap! You passed the test! The Force is with you!
The Star Wars lightsaber, new from Kenner. Balloons not included.
Star Wars. It's great in the arcade. Whoa! TIE fighters! Fireballs! Coming right at me! Watch the laser towers. Aim for the tops. Pick on the capitals. Use the Force. They're coming too fast! It's way! It's way! My shields are gone! All right! I'm going in!
In a galaxy of video games, there is only one. Star Wars, the arcade.
Why does that guy make me ashamed?
Chris would throw that guy straight out of his store immediately.
Get out right now.
Well,
But I love
and
Star
again,
Wars. Shut up,
apparently,
get out.
apparently, our new favorite segment is come back from the break and critique the commercials we just played, because also I thoroughly enjoy the fact that they have to make the effort at the end of that lightsaber commercial to say balloons not included. So
Yeah.
you don't,
Well,
you don't
I
open that inflatable lightsaber and be pissed that you don't.
I
have a
just
balloon.
love that somehow it got through legal approval that the line in the commercial is "close your eyes and swing your lightsaber." Like, no,
Yeah.
there will
It's
be broken
lamps.
lamps. There will be.
Yeah.
I saw the Brady Bunch. That
Not
statue's
my
gonna
problem.
break.
Yeah.
Like I need a sequel to that commercial where the house is burned down. Trust me, I had one of those things. Fire hazard.
And the kid standing there going, "Did I do that?"
Well, we are back and we are going to be continuing our not top 10 segment where Nick throws a question to me and Chris that we haven't heard before. We have to come up with an answer. It's not trivia. Oh no, there's a billion freaking trivia shows out there. That's not one of them here.
It may be trivial, but it's
it may
not
be trivial,
trivia.
but not trivia for sure. So we put the link in the
Cheers,
in the chat. So join us and be a part of it. And Nick, I think we're ready for our next question. And why don't you pick one of our callers below to be part of question number 3?
Oh, wait, where'd he go?
Wait, what happened? I see
I
it.
added him to the thing, and
I
he's not
see he
here.
looks added. Let me see if I can add him.
There he is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, thank goodness.
Eric Elliott in the house. We
Hello,
we
gang.
lost you. It's like a kid at the mall. Just stay where you are, and mom and dad will come find you. Don't worry.
Chris, you just need to accept that you're going to be hearing this for however many years I do this. Okay, you're just going to
Zillow
keep
gang.
hearing.
What?
Dude, I'm fine with it. I could. Yeah, we
Fine
should make
with it. It's
we should make.
I just want the official record to show that I ordered my Zillow Ray sticker from TeePublic
nice.
2 days
Appreciate
ago, and I'm excited for
Oh,
it to
man.
arrive at my house
Nice.
to add to my
I got
collection.
you the same.
I think we need Zillow Gang jackets. Like they should look like the T-birds,
Like
from
Letterman?
Grease. Yeah.
Like varsity football jacket.
Nice varsity jackets.
All right.
Eric, it's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us for the nonsense that we are calling Force Connect, not top 10. Are you prepared? Are you mentally, psychologically ready for whatever I'm about to throw your way?
I guess.
The commitment is
Well, look at
overwhelming.
The
I like it.
the
Raring to
enthusiasm.
go.
All right,
Let's
so
do it.
here's what we're going to do. This is going to be our question. I've got a whole list. I'm trying to decide which one's going to be good, because now that we're getting callers in here, like I'm trying to tailor the question to like, ooh, what are they going to answer? And how
Well-oiled machine right here.
That's right. This is what we do. Peek behind the curtain. All right, here we go. What Star Wars character would be the worst roommate?
Worst roommate.
That's right. Who is it that just, and there's some easy, there's some low hanging fruit here. It's Chewie leaving hairballs in the shower. It's,
Okay.
but I got to make you think about it. All right.
Okay,
Eric, what do you
I got you. The worst, roommate guest is the Maw Beast from Solo. Like there is no space for you.
Right.
You are like going to be trapped in his gravitational pull. There's tentacles everywhere. There's sharp teeth. Like, good Lord, no.
He's
All
not
right.
wrong.
I like that one. I like that
He
one.
is not wrong.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that the thing? Is that the thing that they're flying, trying to get away from?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Missile run?
And you see like its skin rip off at the last
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a
You
living
get too
black
close
hole.
to him, and like your hair's just falling out in chunks. Okay. Outside the box. See, this is why I knew this was a question for you. 100%.
Yeah,
Peter,
people are
Chris,
expecting like a
what-
character. No, I want a creature.
Forget that
No.
nonsense. Yep. Hey, it totally works. All right. What about one of you guys?
I feel like Watto would be kind of not good to be a roommate. I feel like flapping
complaining
around
all the time?
just
Cheapskate.
complaining.
Not
Right.
paying
You
for
have to
stuff.
you gotta be like, Watto, you said you'd give me the rent yesterday. Where's it? I'm still getting the rent for you. I'll give it to
Your money.
Credits are no good here. Or he'd be taking your shit and selling it. That's the other problem. I think he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I got you $6 for that Anakin lightsaber." No, it's not a good deal, Watto.
My God,
Watto,
where is that
where'd the
watch
TV
that my
go?
father
I
gave me
sold
before
it.
he died?
Ugh.
Like,
Yeah.
why does the air conditioner not work? I sold the compressor for money.
So I'm saying
Yeah,
Watto
that's-
would be a
Okay,
happy roommate.
that's good. I like that. This is what I was hoping for. No thought put into it, but we're getting fantastic answers nonetheless.
And
Chris, what do we got? Who's going to be a terrible Star Wars roommate?
Jabba.
yes.
I mean, look. I mean, like he just sits his ass on the couch. He doesn't go to work. His stupid criminal friends are always over.
He must smell rancid, like just like 30-year-old cheese.
So does he?
Everything is stanked up in the house because of him. Everything.
And here's what I've always wondered about Jabba prior to this dumb question, but like, is he kind of like a slug? Does like he leave that little slime behind as he's making his way
it's
wherever
like
he's going?
It's like the stink spirit from Spirit Away. That's what it's like.
Yeah, he's like this phantom funk all around the house, and it's
Hey, Jasmine.
it's where he's at. Yep.
Okay, I like it. All right, we've got some answers in the chat. Let me come back up here a little bit. Eric Brown, obviously, I mean Chopper's going to be salty. Chopper's going to be that guy. Like, don't talk to him in the morning. Angry has a good answer.
You want Chopper around when the place gets robbed.
True.
That's true.
You want him around.
Yeah, Chopper's going to cut a bitch when they try to steal your stuff. I'm just saying.
Body count is going to be horrendous.
That's right. You're going to have to answer a lot of questions from the authorities if you live with Chopper. That's just the way it works. He's that roommate that like constantly you're having to answer questions about him when he's not there.
Right.
Angry says Hux. That's a good answer. I like that. Just everything's a rant. Everything is, top of our lungs, overly dramatic.
Yeah, a lot of political disagreements.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's right. Nothing.
John's answer.
He's watching a lot of One American News Network. Sorry, I said that out loud. Brian says the EOP on the pod race starting line. Cleaning up. I've got a 6-month-old puppy. I already get it. We're cleaning up after that thing all the time.
Oh, God.
JD says a Rathtar again, flopping limbs. We're breaking stuff nonstop. TW Kylo, he goes through a breakup. I lose all my stuff. Plus, angry calls to mom and dad.
Kylo would be horrible.
Yep. But I like the other side of this. Ben's great. Kylo mode, not so much.
Wait, Nick, what's your answer then?
Gosh, that's a good one. I feel like Hondo would be really obnoxious to live with. Again, a little too
similar to Greedo.
A little too over the top.
Yeah.
Again, he's always doing something stupid, and you come home and you're like, seriously, again, like this again.
But everything's okay with him. He's like, no, don't worry about it. We'll have a drink.
It's fine. I can't do a Hondo. My Hondo turns into Watto. But
yeah, I do Wando.
Wando.
Angry also says a Jawa would take your stuff and then try to sell it back to you,
Yes,
which we
absolutely.
see in Obi-Wan.
Which was the best line in the entire Obi-Wan Kenobi series, other than the Anakin stuff.
Like,
But you see John's because they're DJ.
John's here. Hey, John.
Yeah.
But he's
John,
Del
what's up?
Toro's character. You would constantly be wondering where your shit was. He's on constant death stick benders. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That stutter came from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Kamo said Watto. Definitely. He's agreeing with DP.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That
Cool.
turned out well. So, Eric.
Yeah, I just thought another bad one would be like Borg Gullet, like you get inside your brain and
What
whatnot.
are you gonna do? Can't lie to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that
Gullet.
scene at the beginning of Flash.
He
with
just
the
slithers
golden
in your room
lasso.
while you're asleep, and he reads your mind.
Yeah. I'm a little short on the rent this week, boy. He's like, are you? Yeah, we know about that.
And it's funny, none of us said Luke and all the whining. We just moved right into a whole bunch of other nonsense.
There's advantages to Luke.
I've been with people worse than Luke.
All right.
He'd be a boring roommate.
Eric, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Keeping the streak alive, dude.
Honest Cloud should be coming out this Sunday, and supposed to have Jerry from Bombadcast there.
Oh,
Nice.
Very
interesting. Cool. All right.
All right.
Well,
Later.
Chat on you later.
Awesome.
ya.
See you, buddy. JD had another good one. K2O, K2SO, constant critic.
Oh yeah.
You have it nonstop.
That's Very, very cool.
Outstanding.
Do we want to bring in another caller? Or do you want to do one just with us?
Absolutely.
It's your call. All right, let's see.
Let's hit another caller and we'll go from there.
All right.
Keep your eyes open, huh?
The Rosencrantz to Eric's Guildenstern, Angry Tasty Cakes in the house. He's back. Yeah. How are you, my friend?
Tired. Baldur's Gate has consumed me.
You're like the fourth person I've either talked to or just seen online expressing that exact same sentiment. And I don't know anything about it or what it is. But when I see it, I'm like, somebody else is sucked into a whole other thing.
I'm eagerly awaiting the console version because my PC or my Mac would just vomit trying to even start. So I'm waiting for the PS5 or the Xbox version. It's PS5, right? It's not on Xbox, or is it?
It's coming out PS5. What's today? The 18th, about 2 weeks, the 6th, and then the Xbox is going to be later.
All right, cool, awesome,
nice,
good.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to put the link in the chat once again, and don't forget, people, go share this. Get more people here. We're having
share
a party.
Get a sticker.
Friday night, freaking
Star
Wars party.
Stupid questions. What more do you want?
You want a sticker?
It's like if you got pulled over on the way home from a bar and you have to answer stupid questions for a cop, or you could just be at home getting drunk and answering stupid questions from us. This is way better.
Exactly.
See, silver lining. We know how these things work.
He's got it figured out.
I've got all this figured out. All right, Angry. Here's the question, and Chris and Pete. Which Star Wars character would make the best game show host? There's an obvious answer, and somebody's going to pick it, but yeah, which Star Wars character would make the best game show host? And whoever has their Chris, I look like you've got the answer, so we're going to you first.
Chris is ready.
I need a minute.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, it would be none other than Hondo Knocker. The best, the best game show host ever. He would be.
And even if he wasn't, he would convince you he was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep, and Brian agrees with you. Hondo, the ultimate schmoozer. So here's the question. This wasn't a part of it necessarily.
Hey, Anakin.
Who is Hondo's real world game show avatar? Is he a Richard Dawson? Is he a Bob Barker? Who's Hondo lining up with?
Ooh,
is he what's his name? Drew Carey?
See, I don't watch a lot of game shows, so I don't have anything to compare it to.
That's not a key part of the question. The key part is who in Star Wars. Yeah. The key part is who in Star Wars would be a good game show host.
Who would he be? I don't know. He'd be in his own thing because he would be cheating people out.
Yeah,
he would find a way to cheat people out for sure. So
he would have a show called The Price is Wrong. That's for sure.
That's right.
The Price is Right. Maybe for me. We'll see. I think maybe
TW says Hondo is Joey on Bamboozled. I don't know what that means.
He'd be like
TW, so
he'd be a happier, less mean Morton Downey.
Morton Downey.
I'm having trouble with this one. I don't know. I think maybe.
Let me see what we got in the chat. Okay. John Tag says Tarkin.
Yeah,
man.
Ooh.
Oh,
maybe like on a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire kind of mode.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I could see it.
Or,
I could see because he's
Thrawn. Thrawn would be on Millionaire.
See that?
Those like Tarkin would make you feel like shit, whether you win or lose.
Right. He'd be the one who's at the biggest
weakest link.
The weekest link. Yep.
Yeah. Tarkin would be the weakest link.
Yeah.
Pride. General Pride.
Yes.
General Pride.
Because for another reason, because the actor and his wacky Twitter persona, where he's just so freaking happy, but then plays these very dark people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Lando's an obvious answer. He's got that cape. Brian, you don't want to get to Palpatine's lightning round.
Well done, Brian. Well done.
What's that?
Well done.
Nice. Shay Gatsby says Tarkin for Jeopardy.
Okay. For Jeopardy.
You're the weakest link. You may fire when ready. What do you got? Angry, what do you got?
I
stumped Angry Tasty Cakes. What is going on here?
Like I said, I don't watch a lot of game shows, so I don't know a lot of like the the personalities that are on them. So I'm.
Who has
Angry,
big used car salesman
Have you ever watched
energy?
The Running Man?
No.
You ever seen the Running Man movie? Okay, we're old. We need to pick another question for Angry that is more close to his.
All right, yeah,
generation.
I feel like we should. Let's do another question. Yes, not that it's a bad question. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it was hard.
It's made for
actually this
olds.
one would work for this one. Would definitely work for Angry. He's a video game guy.
All right,
you get to remake any one video game that already exists, but you get to skin it with Star Wars. What are you doing?
Oh,
Uncharted. No,
Okay.
I can't do that because
that's kind of already been done.
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
Jedi Fallen Uncharted.
Yeah, pretty much.
Grand Theft Mos Espa.
But we're getting that with Outlaws.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're right.
Grand Theft Dayu.
I would do Halo Combat Evolved.
All right.
Okay.
I would do that. Set during the Mandalorian Wars.
Okay. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
And I would have it set during the final week of the conflict on Malachor 5. When the Republic is like all in, the Mandalorians are all in, and the fighting takes place on Malachor 5 before it gets destroyed. And it would mirror Combat Evolved almost entirely.
I like that.
I like that. That's cool.
But
Excellent.
you cannot play as Revan, can't play as Mitra Surik, can't play as any of them. You are a Republic soldier on the front line during the whole thing. Because you can't, like the Force users, that's overpowered. You can't do that.
Love it.
Right.
All right,
Like
I'm going to reskin Super Mario Brothers.
Nice.
And it's going to be all Star Wars, and you're going to bounce around as I guess Mario would be an Ewok, and you're just going to go through various worlds, and you're going to have mouse droids instead of mushrooms. You're going to have who would Bowser be? I guess Bowser would have to be. Bowser would be. What was the big monster in the Ewok movie? The thing that was. Sorry.
Yep.
You know what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
I can't think of it right now.
But that's my reskin.
I like that.
That's my reskin.
Chris, what do you got?
I would reskin and Pete. We just talked about this yesterday. When we, I would do. I do a reskin of Silent Hill 2.
Oh,
and I would put it on Dathomir.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
I like that one.
I like that.
Like you know, Silent Hill isn't a super scary game, but it's a game. You know, it's disturbing, and Dathomir is quite disturbing with what they could do. Ooh, those Dathomir witches.
Imagine a Dathomirian pyramid head just kind of skulking around.
There you go.
Nice.
No, I don't want to imagine that. All right, we're going to keep
the Gorax. That was apparently that was the answer.
Thank you, Eric.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I knew Eric was going to come in with that, but I didn't want to like call him out.
But
I knew he was going to come in with
it. Would be a Zillow mixed with a Gorax.
That's right, a Zillow Gorax.
It'd be a Goray.
A Zillow Rayax.
I'm going to keep us moving, or we will be here till Wednesday. Not that I mind, but you know this is great. But hey, Angry Taste Cakes, thank you again for hanging out with us. We will see you next week, hopefully.
I'll be
later. All right.
Awesome. See ya.
Cool. See ya.
All right, we've got some answers also for the game question in the chat that we're going to run through real quick. Okay. Eric said Pac-Man. I love this answer. Like, give me a. Ooh, that's a good one. For some reason, the first thing that popped into my mind was the Minox chewing on the power cables. Like, give me a Minox, just going through the thing. Okay. I don't know why that was the thing that popped in my head, but sure, why not? Eric Brown says Ghost of Tsushima or Red Dead 2.
Yep, that's a great one.
That's right. That's got a good vision,
like
samurai.
What era would we put that in? Like High Republic or
yeah, or
High
Republic.
Or probably or maybe like Dawn of, like around that time.
This
You
may
got
be the
Return of
answer
the Jedi.
for the. Oh wait, that's not it. Hold on. That's a good one.
Sad.
Skyrim. I know Pete's a huge Skyrim. Jasmine said Oregon Trail. You have died of interrogation. Yeah, journeying across Tatooine, crossing the Dune Sea. You've got to ford the Beggar's Canyon. Whatever it is you've got to do, you've got to make your way through.
That's awesome.
Brian had a great one.
Let's see.
That's definitely Pac-Man. That's
Grogu.
Grogu.
Always
Yeah.
Yep,
yeah,
for sure.
just hopping along, making his way. So
Just like it all be like instead of power pellets, like those blue cookies.
Yes,
all the way through.
There you go.
That would be awesome.
Eric says High Republic or just before the prequels.
Okay,
Nice.
Yep, I can give him that.
I like that.
Okay,
For sure.
Very good.
Like a acolyte era.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. All right. Well, how many questions have we done so far? I lost track.
Well, yeah, that's a great question. Maybe we need to take a commercial break while I count and come back.
All right, you
and do
count.
it
We'll
again.
take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to keep it going. We got a couple callers hanging out. Go share this damn thing with that hashtag ForceConnect so I can send you a sticker. Look, I'm not even joking. It's like 50 stickers here. It's a lot of stickers. They all need to go. I can't put them all on my wall here. My wife will get mad. So we're going to take a quick
We've
break.
done 5, by the way. We're
Okay.
halfway through.
We're halfway through. We'll take a break,
Yep.
and when we come back, we'll hit the next handful of questions on
Awesome.
ForceConnect.
R2? Where are you? R2? R2? Huh? R2, you're on fire! R2-D2, you found a cigarette. Well, I don't think smoking is grown up at all. Because it's very dangerous. Smoking does dreadful things to your lungs and is very bad for your heart. Well, I know I don't have one, but humans do, and I think we should set a good example. Well done, R2. Oh, hello. You know smoking is bad for your health, and it isn't grown up at all. So please, don't smoke. R2, do you really think I don't have a heart?
Hypocrite.
Love that.
I have to say, I was so proud of myself when I made that video. And I was so disappointed to be gone last week when you used it for the first time, but it made me laugh. And also that picture of Anthony Daniels in his suit having a cigarette lit for him, certainly on set at some point in the 70s, has been like the profile picture for more things over the years for me that I can count, whether it was social media or my phone. Like I've always loved that picture. So when I saw that commercial, I was like, these things belong together.
It is
It's
so
the way it
classic.
goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome back to Force Connect. We are hanging out tonight, and tonight we're doing something different. We are doing our not top 10 questions. Nick is throwing questions at Chris and I, and you, who's hanging out with us, and we are we're answering it. We have no idea what the questions are going to be. Some of them are really, really crazy. Some of them are really thought provoking, and some are just silly. So let's get back to them.
Hello there.
Hello
How's it
there.
going?
Back, and we're joined by the Sir Eric Brown. How are you, friend?
Doing well. How are you?
Excellent. Good to see you. It was good to see you last week when I was out. I went and watched the replay later that night, and it's also good to meet you on screen for the first time. So thanks for being here.
Wait a second. Very important. Which Stanley Cup champion sweatshirt is that?
2015 Blackhawks, the last one. Against the Lightning.
Was it?
Yeah, the Lightning.
Yeah. As a Flyers fan, the Blackhawks winning a Stanley Cup is painful. But
what sport?
That was that night.
Knives on your feet, Chris.
And I was working at Disney World at that time. I was not home in Chicago, and I regret it. But I have never been so flexible in my life. I did a backflip off the wall and just, double fisting champagne.
When that goal slipped through, I didn't even notice. I was so disappointed.
Well,
anyway,
as someone who was born and lived in Central Illinois until I was 10 years old, anytime it's somebody from the home state, I'm in favor of it. I grew up a Bears fan, was a Cardinals fan, not a Cubs fan, not a White Sox fan. Grew up a Cardinals fan, but then I moved to Alabama and became a Braves fan, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so I'm with you. Go for the Blackhawks. Well, thank you for being here tonight. We are doing our not top 10, and here's our next question. And this one, we're getting a little out of pocket here for just a minute. Who in Star Wars would be the worst to play Monopoly with?
Ooh. The worst to play Monopoly with. Oh God. Bosk.
I feel like he's the worst to do anything with. I like that though. Why are you saying Bosk?
That's good.
I think he'd just be real quick to just flip the board and just slash everyone up and just
spit all over you, hiss at you.
Screw this, and I'm out of here. Right.
Yeah, not doing it. Screw you guys.
I do want to know who was the obvious game show host. Did anyone get that? Nick?
I was gonna say Watto just feels like an obvious game show host, just because
I was wondering if it was. I was thinking in the back of my mind, who could have an obvious one been, and I was thinking Admiral Yularen from the Clone Wars because he announced everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you know who it should have been though? We should have been the late great voice of the Clone Wars who did the opening for every single one. Well, he was the same guy, right?
Yeah. That was it was Admiral Yularen doing all the intros.
Yes.
Tom Kane.
Amazing. Tom Kane. And I realized just now, somebody, when we asked that question back up in the top, somebody said Jar Jar as a game show. Oh, was that you? Okay, yeah.
That was me.
Because
I just thought his energy would be like, what?
Big energy. Big crazy game show energy. Jumping with the person celebrating.
Because I'm thinking robot chicken energy Jar Jar.
Yeah. There you go. Absolutely. Pete, for you, who's going to be terrible to play Monopoly with?
I like where I originally was thinking who's going to cheat, but I like where you were going with that, with just somebody having no temper. I don't know. I think Chopper. I wouldn't want to play with Chopper because I feel like he would be cheating the entire time. I feel like he would be, moving, stealing some dollar bills from under the board, and I'm gonna go with Chop.
We've got a bunch of Chewbacca's in the chat. Chewbacca, because I'd have to let him win.
Fair.
Yeah.
Let's see. JD said Chrysanthemum, which
that's a good shout.
It's clearly a species thing, we're ripping arms out, we're being pissed. TW said Sidious because he always thinks he's won before somebody else wins.
Eric says he already has.
Savage Press.
What do you got, Chris?
Lobot.
Ooh.
Lobot.
It's always the silent ones.
Yep. I mean, the one you can do all the calculations, all that stuff. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
So specific to the rules that it sucks all the fun out of the game. This isn't worth it.
He's just he owns every Park Place boardwalk. He's got that whole block radius, that whole thing. He's got it all.
The only advantage is he's got since he's got no emotion, he wouldn't mock you. When you landed on his boardwalk, he wouldn't be like, it's
you owe me $500.
That's right.
And the odds of you landing here again are 172 to 4,012.
And then I turn into Bosk at that point. Just forget this.
Just flip the damn table over. Yep. Totally done. Awesome. Oh, that was a good answer. That was a good round. I like that. Awesome. Eric,
you're starting to get into the whole streak thing. So we're gonna have to keep that alive. But thanks for hanging out, and hopefully you shared this so that I can send you a Shillsbury Doughboys.
I did.
All right.
Nice.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, my friend. We will see you soon.
Awesome.
Surprisingly harder than I thought.
See, I'm making you think here. That's my job.
Which is dangerous after, emptying this bottle of JD. So,
well, hey, you're doing the Lord's work. That's all that matters.
Still in the chat.
Hey, awesome. Hit that button. Let's do it again.
Oh, let's bring in somebody else. Let's see here. And wait, where's my thing? There it is.
Hello there.
There he is. Jefferson Abernathy Qualio.
Evening, gentlemen.
Is that really your name?
No.
Okay. It's
I
okay.
just say things sometimes.
My son told me when he was 7 years old, or 6 years old, and we still do this. We still call him this. He told me that his middle name was Magic Sandwich. We have no idea what it means.
Right.
No idea, but it will stick with him for the rest of his life. So
Isn't that
Abernathy,
another term for cocaine? Oh,
I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe somebody like, kids. I should be like, what the hell is he doing? What kind of website is he going?
Hey, have you ever guys ever somebody do this on the show?
Oh, whoa! Look at that.
Now we're going down the rabbit hole.
First connection.
We've been incepted all of a sudden. Nice. Well, it's good to see you as always, my friend.
I went old school today too.
Yeah, he is. Look at that.
Wow.
Classic. The rank.
Everybody knows about that stream of Star Wars stuff. Only real ones know about that stuff.
Take a Sharpie and just put my name in there somewhere.
Silver piece of
put
duct
tape on there. Right
in the wash, though. It got thinned in the wash, though, Chris. Sorry.
Go figure. All right. We've got the question. What ship in the Star Wars universe is most like the car that you drive now?
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you remember when Jen was flying around the Razor Crest when it was halfway put back together?
Yeah. After the fish people put it back together.
It's not quite that bad, but it's no, seriously. Tough one. Oh God. I would probably say just for functionality and just everyday functionality, probably the Ghost. I mean, the Ghost is a cool ship, but it's not flashy. It gets the job done. It's durable, holds up. You're not going to win any awards with it, but I'd probably say the Ghost.
Love it.
All right, that's
okay.
Good.
Yeah,
totally.
Chris, you got
Christopher.
Yeah, I got it. And I'm going to use a Razor Crest this time.
Quest?
Yeah, Razor Quest.
Razor Quest.
Johnny Quest. It's all good.
Johnny Quest.
Look what you've done to me.
Johnny Quest.
So yeah, the Razor
This
Crest.
is called
I'm going to
Whiskey
do that.
Chris. You haven't seen this a lot.
That's right. Hashtag Whiskey Chris.
So yeah, I'm going to say the Razor Crest, but it's a particular version of the Razor Crest. It is if you frame by frame it in that episode where Boba Fett returns, frame by frame it when Moff Gideon's when the laser hits the ship and go 3 frames once it hits. That's my car. Pete can attest to this. He's seen it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it was before it blew up because I didn't think it was quite that bad. But yeah, it might be. You might be if
you freeze it right before that bolt hits,
you might
like
be a frame or two into the bolt. Yeah.
Or
it's actually halfway in.
Yeah, it's either that or what was that planet that Han and Lando them landed on?
Oh, with the where what's her name was
in Solo? Yeah. Like at the end,
just slides it across the.
Yeah. That's my ship. I mean, that's my car for sure. Absolutely.
I love it. Cool. Pete, what about you?
I'm gonna say mine is like the Bad Batch Marauder because it could be really cool and fancy, but since I have kids, keeping it a mess in the back, it is not neat and clean as it should be, but it could be. Like I feel like it could be a really cool car, but it's been just famified. So it's like having Omega and Wrecker living in it at all times. So that's where I'm going with that one.
That's pretty
cool.
It.
I for a long time I thought that we have a Suburban and I have a Ford Fusion sedan, and I felt like the Suburban was the Millennium Falcon, and I felt like the Fusion was the X-Wing because one was fast and maneuverable, the other one was for hauling cargo and people and things. As they've continued to get older, I feel like both of them are Anakin's ship in the Clone Wars, the one that kind of looks like an RV that like is always falling apart, and like when Obi-Wan shows up on Mandalore, like he looks at it and like the ramp won't go down. Like this is me propping up the tailgate of my Suburban with a stick because the hydraulics are gone. Like so at this point I feel like everything is Anakin's ship. Clone Wars that looks like it kind of looks like Eagle One from Spaceballs, but
Nick, you're not the only one I've seen with a Suburban stick. All right, so just to let you know.
well, and honestly, because Jeff lives in my town, Jeff actually had to come pick me up from the place when I was getting my car fixed when I didn't have it for 2 weeks.
See, you could become a patron too.
That was like day 12 without a car that I came and picked you up.
Yeah,
becoming an SSW Network patron, and you too could pick up either Chris, Pete, or Nick from the garage
when their cars are broken.
When their car breaks down.
That's right.
That's
really
a
what we
feature.
need.
Nobody, I guarantee
nobody else is offering that.
Right. This is an SSW Network exclusive. So, all right, Jeff. Thank you for bringing it, and thanks for wearing. That shirt when you can only see like the top, like third, like it looks.
It's pretty solid.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have it as a sticker, and as in my collection, I have that one as a sticker. It was a good one.
And
it's like the Rancor sitting in my lap. I'm just rubbing on the.
Yeah, we're doing.
All right, man. We will see you soon.
All right, love you guys. See you guys later.
Boring conversation anyway.
Right.
I'm doing an account.
He's doing
counting
an account.
again.
Right,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7. We've got another caller for number 8. And then we've got a couple more for the two of you bozos after we get him through here.
Why don't we do this one? Then we'll take a break, and then we'll wind this up. Who knows? We'll if you haven't called in, and
I've
you're
got
dying
more
to
than 10 on the page.
Yeah, I mean, if you are just dying for that opportunity to call in, this is your night. I feel it. This is your night. All right, let's bring in our next caller.
Grief Karga said you were coming.
Now, I know we made the joke earlier. We made the joke earlier with Chris, and maybe Chris was Rancho Obi-Wan East, but I'm going to be honest. In another week and a half now, I'm going to get to ride over a couple hours east of where I live and hang out with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Brian Fry, and check out his Rancho Obi-Wan East. So I'm going to put look at this. Look at this. We've got the Rocketeer in the background. We've got Star Tours. We've got Star Wars. This is a person that I'm excited to get to hang out with here in just another week.
And I can't believe Balin Skull is hanging out with us tonight on a live.
We've got two a pair of skulls up in this
joint. Ray Stevenson.
Right. Brian, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Excellent. Always good to see your face.
Always great to see you, my friend.
Yeah, man.
What do we got for
so
question?
We've got a question, and this falls into this is kind of it's a different version of something we've kind of done. But it just works. So for the four of us, gentlemen of a certain age, what 70s or 80s TV show would you remake with Star Wars characters?
The easy choice is Knight Rider. Because Star Wars has got plenty of AI stuff already.
Right. You could say the A-Team, but that's already been done.
I was going to say A-Team is another easy answer. It's called the Bad Batch.
If you've got a problem, Hunter, Tech, Wrecker, they're there. Well, not
accused
Tech.
of a crime they didn't commit.
Not Tech anymore.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Greatest American Hero also popped into my head. The
hell yeah.
accidental Jedi, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
there you go.
He gets tapped into the Force by accident. He's like, suddenly I'm having to learn all these powers. And
also, isn't
like Luke? Is that too much of a Luke story though?
It could be. Yeah, but you could you could run with that.
I'm gonna take us outside the lane of Star Wars for just 10 seconds because it just hit me as you said that. Isn't that what Shazam is? Isn't Shazam greatest American hero? Like, wait, look at this thing I can do now.
That's true. That is very true.
Gilster says Rockford Files. I'm here for that 100%.
I haven't seen Gilster in 100 years. It is great to see Gilster.
Good to see you, pal.
That's amazing.
Is it Harrison Dula's mom? Wasn't she in Falcon Crest? Vanessa Marshall's mom is
Vanessa Marshall's mom.
Yeah, she was.
That's right.
Joan Van Ark.
Star Wars Sanford and Son is just Phantom Menace. That's just Watto.
It's Watto. It's Watto and Anakin. That would be
coming, Elizabeth.
It's the big one. It's the big one, Lamont. My favorite episode of Sanford and Son is when they were growing all the weed accidentally and they made it into a salad and the cops came and ate it. And the cops got high from eating the salad that was weed. And even as a kid, I was like, this is the dumbest, funniest thing I've ever seen.
I would like to see.
What do you got, Pete?
I was trying to think of a good sitcom that would work, but I just don't know. Chris, you got anything?
I feel like we've got Three's Company with Lando, Kira, and Han.
Oh, there you go. Sort of like the opposite Three's Company.
Yep.
There you go.
Lando, Lobot, and Han.
And L3. Yeah. L3 can be in the mix on that one.
There you go.
Yes. She's Larry.
Yeah.
She's Larry.
Oh, man.
Chris, what do you got?
Oh, man. Okay. The only one I can think of that. All right. This A-Team is already taken. There was a spinoff of The Cosby Show called A Different World. And it was when
I watched a whole bunch of Different World growing up. Hillman College, baby.
Yeah. So Lisa Bonet's character, of course, went off to college, from The Cosby Show. I would do that with Dr. Afra and Sana Staros and Eustace and all their friends that they made at Batleth. I think it's called Barleth. Yeah, Barleth School. Batleth is Star Trek. But yeah, I would do that. That would be. I think that'd be awesome. Sorry, guys, it's comic stuff, so you don't really relate to them.
Yeah, I was like,
what is that?
I've heard those names before. They sound.
Hey, I'd like the record to show in the 3 weeks since we did the show about comic books, I've read at least 5 comic books. So
wow, I'm so proud of you. 5 whole.
Shut up, Chris. Nobody asked you. One of them was prep for an interview. The other ones were because I wanted to. So get off me.
Nice. Yes,
Brian's got something to add.
Yes, Brian.
Wasn't Alice kind of spun off from Lucas's American Graffiti? With Flo, Kiss My Grits.
Yes, and
wasn't the droid and Dex
Graffiti? Was it?
Yes, Dex's Diner.
Them based on Flo.
So do Dex's Diner. Yes, I love that. Okay,
Dex's Diner, Alice.
I could
just kind of bring it full circle.
Which that also reminds me in the question earlier about the worst roommate. I don't remember who said it, but somebody said Dex would be hell on the plumbing.
Yeah.
Oh man, you turn that bathroom up.
Yes, he would.
Benny has
That's
Lando
the high-minded
Lost
stuff you get here.
Oh, wait a second, bring that one up.
Lando the Lost. Yep.
Oh, golf clap.
Yep.
Well done. Well that's awesome.
Marshall Vance and Holly.
Rachel Vance. See, there's a comic book reference that I got that one. I've never read it, but I knew the name.
Clone Wars era Columbo.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
And it's mostly Obi-Wan because we find that maybe Obi-Wan was like the guy they sent on mysteries. Then that's why he ended up doing it.
Like Brotherhood. Like in Brotherhood. He's out.
He'd change up his persona.
Right. Yeah, let me ask you one more question.
Let me ask you a question.
But is he got the lollipops? Like, is that a whole,
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
100%. Death sticks. Maybe that's where he got into death sticks for a minute and then had to work his way back out. Shit.
I don't know what that was.
Just broke something. I'm good.
Oh no.
Actually, I don't want to. I don't want to tell you what I just broke.
Oh no. Now you have to tell us what you just broke.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, it's a moment of silence for. It's something I've broken once already, and the person that sent it to me was nice enough to send me a second one.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I literally just knocked a whiskey bottle over, and I did it.
Oh no.
We still have some, so.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make my own at this point. You
should get him a plastic cup with the logo on.
I was like, I'm gonna get a sippy cup at this point. Sippy cup,
funny.
yeah.
For
Get one of those Silipints.
Well, this is actually a great time to go to a break. So we're going to go to our next break, our final break before we go to a couple more questions. Brian, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Good to see you, Brian. Thank
Always
you.
And now I'm sad. And we'll see you all soon.
See you, Nick.
Yes.
Oops, why is it? Wait, is it going to happen? There it is. We'll be right back.
Or not.
Hey, pick on someone your own size.
The Star Wars trilogy is back on the big screen, and it's even better with a Pepsi. Great effects, man.
Yeah.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Everyone, we've got to save the Queen!
We're under attack! Misa Jar Jar Binks come for comic relief.
Emergency landing on Tatooine.
No! Pod racing is with. Love you, Mom.
Love you, Padme. Oh no! Darth Maul! My brains are spilling out!
Oh, joy. The end.
This is the weirdest date I've ever been on. I'm out of here.
Go you must.
Farewell. Bye-bye.
Star Wars Episode 1 cans collect all 24 this summer.
Cannot believe I did that.
Wow. While he was on screen even.
I just
don't know.
This is what happens, kids.
This is why
don't learn lessons from Uncle Nick.
That's right. This is why I have not allowed.
This is why I can't have nice things.
That's right. Well, we've been hanging out all night, taking these bizarro, fun not top 10 questions, and we got a couple left. We've had a lot of fun hanging out with everybody. It's not too late to share this. You can always pick it up. And again, if you are listening on the replay on Monday or whenever you pick it up, make sure to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review this episode, and keep hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Thank you for joining us. Back to you, Nick, with your top 10 questions. You're not like covered in glass or anything, are you?
I am not covered in glass.
All right.
I'm excited to, add another question, add another thing. So we're So I broke some stuff, and now we're going to ask 2 more questions before we end the show up.
Just
also, John, we're so glad you're here tonight, too. We love seeing you. We love hanging out with you. We need you to join us one Friday night sometime soon. Come guest host with us, hang out.
John, DM me, and we will make this happen anytime you want, my friend. Anytime.
Jump in. We'd love to have you. All right. So, question number 9. Pete and Chris, what in-universe food or drink would you most like to try? There's a lot of food and drinks and things that have showed up in Star Wars. We've got your blue milks. We've got the weird thing that Jar Jar ate as he walked down the street. We've got the fruit that floated across the table in the weird romantic scene with Anakin and Padme. We've got blue milks. We've got, we've got some things. Chris is ready. I can see it on his face.
I mean, is Galaxy's Edge, is all that stuff, Tip Yip and all that in there?
Yeah.
Ronto burgers? And
yeah, Ronto wraps. Yeah.
In universe is canon because there's a book about Black Spire Outpost, right? I mean, it all fits in there.
Yeah, I got that cookbook. I got to use that thing. I would say Ronto wrap because I wanted one for so long, then went to Galaxy's Edge, and then lines were long for everything. I wasn't able to get my Ronto wrap.
Okay.
So I still want that. And then Ray's
the bread.
Magic bread. Yeah.
Yep.
Insta bread or whatever. Yeah.
It looks to me, I always felt like that tasted like blueberries. I want that to taste like a blueberry muffin. Yeah.
No,
I don't know why. I can't tell you. It's just.
I'll be honest. I feel like it had more like a bran muffin, old people, boring cardboard crap. Taste,
yeah,
but whatever.
It tastes like bran and dishwater. Like that's what it tastes like. Probably.
I'm sure it does.
Or because I grew up in the South and we learned about the Civil War and we heard about things like hardtack, which was the bread they had that wasn't leavened, and it was just like hard ass crackers that they had to eat on the battlefield. Maybe whatever.
There's a lot of dead hard ass crackers on the bottom.
What do you got for universe Star Wars food?
There's only one answer. It's a Meiluran.
Okay.
The fruit.
Yeah.
That's the only answer. I want one of the. I want to try one.
Spiked.
Okay.
Would you spike it with
the
something?
spiked fruit? Of course. I'll bet you if you mull it a little bit with some gin and a little mint leaf, I'm sure it's probably died for it. But that's
Get
what
that thing in there, muddled like a hurricane with some Meiluran in it.
Exactly.
I feel you. Well, I don't want to be horribly on brand or anything, but in the old EU, there's a lot of talk of Corellian brandy, and I feel like I need to, to try some Han Solo Corellian brandy. Like, what's going on there? So, Eric also said Ray's Insta bread. Eric Brown said the spit roasted cohosts and monkey lizard that we saw in season 1 of Mando.
I'll bet you that's surprising.
Oh my god, why didn't I think of this? Oh, those things. Pork. Slather some barbecue sauce on a pork.
Throw some pork on there. That's right.
It. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a Cornish game hen. Like you just get your own little one on a plate, ready to go.
Oh man,
dipping sauces, whatever you need.
This could apply to everything. Eric says just put some butter on it.
Yeah, on anything we've said so far.
Yeah. Benny says I'm with Fletz. Anything blue.
There you go.
Blurry Film says Babu
Blurry
Frick Boys, hey.
I love that their logo
which is funny
blurry.
because that can be a greeting. That could also be like Babu Frick as something you could eat in Star Wars.
Yeah, no, it is Star Wars. Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything could happen. So, okay. So our question number 9, we've got some food, some things in universe that we would like to try. It also is very funny that I just recently reread, and I've talked about this on the show a couple weeks ago, but I did just reread the original Heir to the Empire trilogy in preparation for things that are coming up, and just, curious to see, what things might show up that we've forgotten about, that kind of thing. The opening parts of the first book, when Luke is on Coruscant and he's meditating and training and all that stuff, there's a whole bunch of talk. And does anybody remember? I'm sure somebody in the chat does. Does anybody remember what it is that Luke was introduced to by Lando that was a food or beverage and had become his new obsession?
I don't recall.
This is our weird, dumb trivia moment. Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate?
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Which story was this from? The one that
it was the first Heir to the Empire.
Oh, Heir to the Empire. Okay.
The first Heir. Yeah. TW's got it. Yep. Blurry's got it. Yep. Same thing.
Chocolate.
Hot chocolate. Yeah. It was a funny thing where he was like, Lando introduced it to him, and it was called hot chocolate. And it was just this funny, again, 90s, Timothy Zahn, we love you. But he was like, yeah, we got introduced to something new in Star Wars called hot chocolate. Okay.
This
has been feels fun. I'm very thankful that y'all have humored me. We have one more question for our top 10, not top 10.
Yes.
And we're going to go ahead and just put it out there. What smells worse? A Tauntaun, an Ewok, or Hondo Anaka?
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Shut the f*** up.
Whoa, sir.
These are the questions. I don't make the rules, except I do.
But you make the questions.
Exactly.
So what is it? What are the choices? A Tauntaun and Ewok?
What smells worse? A Tauntaun, an Ewok, or Hondo Inaka?
Oh, it's got to be a Tauntaun. It's got to be a Tauntaun because they thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, but they're in that cold world, so I mean, sometimes the stink doesn't really come through in the cold like that. Like if there was a Tauntaun on Endor, like when it gets hot.
Yavin, we're talking like the jungles of Peru. What are we talking about here?
Oh, so funky.
Like Alabama, 65% humidity, not good.
I mean, I'm going to say, I'm going to go with Ewok because when they got to drop a deuce, all right, it's not going out clean. Stuff is hanging around. There's no toothpaste over there. All right.
Yep.
There's no deodorant. There's no Axe.
That whole Dingleberry situation going on.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh,
Pete, what do you got?
Or Dianoga.
I got to go with. I'm going with Tauntaun. I'm sticking with Tauntaun because just because Han laid it out there, and I'm not very original. I don't know. I feel like Hondo might actually smell like when your grandfather wore cologne. Like it's not great, but it's not bad.
I have a different opinion.
But like some leather, like leathery. Like I feel like Hondo smells like leather, Old Spice, and retirement home. It's like,
oh yeah.
All right, wow. I'm gonna take a contrarian position for you when it comes to Hondo.
Okay.
I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, in middle school, in high school, changing clothes in PE in the locker room. That was the high point of canned right guard deodorant spray. We're not even talking Axe body spray. We're talking canned right guard spray. I think Hondo is that mix of, ooh, I'm a pirate and I'm supposed to have mystique, so I don't really bathe very often, mixed with some space right guard. And, hanging on a ship with puffer pigs or whatever the hell it is that he's trying to smuggle at the time. I'm saying Hondo. I'm saying Hondo smells not great. But he has the confidence to kind of carry himself off, and he's got his arm around a pretty girl and he's doing his thing. And then and they're just like, he's got the charisma, but my God, what is that smell? Maybe a little patchouli in right guard.
He's got a musk about him.
There's a leathery, musk. That's it.
A leathery Drakkar
confidence and musk. Drakkar. That's it.
Like that's what he's got. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
like he gargles Drakkar probably. Like,
right.
Teeth brushing is optional. It's like every third day or so. Yeah, it's not a high priority for Hondo.
Oh, that is not good. That is not good. Was that
bed sand?
How did bed sand?
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's 10 questions. Maybe we ask as we wrap up. Get some answers in the chat. Who won?
Yeah, who?
I mean, y'all kept score. It's like whose line is it anyway? The points are made up and it's not real. But tell us who won. Did Pete win? Did Chris win?
I would give it to Chris. I feel like Chris has.
Larry says Hondo would find Axe body spray and just douse.
Oh my God! Yeah, absolutely.
And I also agree with Gilster. Hondo is the Captain Jack Sparrow of Star Wars.
Oh, no doubt.
He is. He absolutely is. Yeah. And live action Hondo win. That's got to happen, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars one. Very good, Jeff.
Jeff agree. I agree with you. Star Wars.
Maybe
tonight,
in this series that's starting a day earlier at human hours.
Mayhaps. Well, I think that wraps it up. We had a great time today. Thank you everybody who joined us and who shared it. And you will be reaching out to me, or you can just go to if you find me on Twitter, ATGcast, where I spend way too much of my life, just DM me if you want to as well. Just go for it. Show's over. Just DM me and with an address, and I'll send some stuff out. Chris, what is going on this week on Broaxium?
Well, we've got a new Shooting the Poodoo this week. I think there's a new Broaxium Gaming going on. They're maybe taking a break on that one, Roken and Dan. This week we got a couple new comics coming out for our quick shots. We're looking forward to previewing those. And that's about it right now. I know the Star Bros are still on hiatus, so wait for those guys to come back and give us some good, easy listening Star Wars. So that's what we'll be doing.
Busy. And Nick, you and I have a couple things lined up. We have a couple people coming on the show. We just got two names, 2.5. Actually, I'm going to call it 3 because he was like, let me bring my co-author, so we're going to do that. But Nick, who did we talk to earlier this week, which was so freaking fun? And
this week, and I'm going to grab this just for visual for those who are still watching tonight. You see that I am holding the Max Rebo comic book, which I did read. It is so much fun. A lot of fantastic, good stuff in there. But we had the opportunity to sit down on Tuesday evening with Daniel Jose Older and his beautiful wife, Miss Brittany Williams. Brittany has a new novel out. She is also in the Empire Strikes Back. She wrote the L3 story, Certain Point of View. Daniel Jose Older, of course, has written a bunch of High Republic stuff, comic books, this Max Rebo comic. And we had a fantastic conversation, not only about a little bit of their Star Wars work, but even really, they have a new podcast out themselves called The Ink Bottle. And it's a ton of fun. I wholeheartedly, that's the word I want. I wholeheartedly encourage you to go look up on wherever you get podcasts, The Ink Bottle, listen to Daniel, listen to Brittany. And that conversation is going to drop this next week in the Around the Galaxy feed. And like Pete said, we've got some fun stuff lined up. We have confirmed 2.5, if not 3. And I have another thing on deck that I haven't told Pete about yet. So Around the Galaxy, we're picking up some steam. We had a little summer break, but we are back in the groove and excited to bring some more shows your way.
Back in the groove for sure. And for those of you who may have been wondering, we had mentioned it before, during the strike, we have decided that Podathon is going to be delayed. Not that charity doesn't matter or doesn't need to benefit, but we feel like we can do a much better show, a much better job raising funds if we can allow our friends who are writers and actors to be able to engage in the way that they want to. So Podathon will happen. It's just not going to happen when it was originally planned. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. But until next time, Chris, may the force be with you.
Always.
Just one more round, friend, then homeward bound, friend. Don't forget me in your dreams. Just one more song, friend, and then so long, friend. The nights get shorter, it seems. Just one more rhyme, friend. Yes, it's a crime, friend. But you know time, friend. Time can fly. So it's good night, friend. Good night, but not goodbye.